If you're a woman who has been eating less and less and less, tracking everything, working out hard, and the scale still does not move, and then someone tells you that the problem is that you're just bad at counting your calories, I need you to hear this from a doctor. It is not that simple, and it is very likely not your fault. I'm Dr. Rachel Felber. I'm an ER doctor and a women's strength coach. And today I want to talk about calories in, calories out, CICO, and why for a specific group of women, it is not the whole story. Stay with me because I'm going to show you exactly where the most popular argument for CICO falls apart. First, in case this is new to you, here's what it actually means. Calories in is the food you eat. Calories out is the energy your body burns. And the idea is simple. If you burn more than you eat, if you're in what's called a calorie deficit, then you should theoretically lose weight. And for a lot of people, that's true. And I want to be fair here because I used to believe that CICO was the entire answer too, for years. And honestly, for a lot of people, it works beautifully. If you're a man, it tends to work really well. If you are a younger woman, especially one without a long history of dieting, it usually works really well too. So I am not here to tell you that CICO is a myth. It is not. Here's the argument you will see all over social media. Someone will say, menopause doesn't excuse you from the first law of thermodynamics. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. So if you're not losing weight, you're not in a deficit, period. And they say it like that just ends the whole conversation. And you know, the first law of thermodynamics is real, energy balance is real, and they're not wrong about the physics. But here's what they are missing. The first law tells you that energy is conserved. It does not tell you that the calories out is a fixed, predictable number. And that is what the problem is. Everyone treats calories out like it's a constant, like your body is going to burn the same amount of calories no matter what you do. But it does not. Your calories out is very much alive. It changes. And for some women, it changes a lot, specifically downward the moment you start cutting. So you can be perfectly honest, perfectly accurate with your calorie counting and eating in what should be a deficit while your body actually lowers the outside of the equation. So the law still holds, but you just stop losing weight. Nobody's breaking the laws of physics, but your metabolism adapts. So let's talk about what is actually happening because this is a real measurable science and not just an excuse. The first piece is something called adaptive thermogenesis. When you start cutting your calories, your body starts burning fewer calories. This is a defense mechanism that your body evolved to survive famine. It doesn't know that you're trying to fit into a dress. It just thinks that food is scarce. So it turns the thermostat down. Part of that is something called NEAT. All the little movements that you do without thinking. So fidgeting, me doing my hand movements during this video, taking the stairs, standing, gesturing. When you are underfed, that drops. And it can be by as much as 200 to 400 calories a day or even more. And these are not things that you notice. And just right there, your calorie deficit can disappear. Your thyroid plays a role too. Your active thyroid hormone drops when you start dieting. And that lowers the metabolic rate of pretty much all of the cells in your body. And then for women in perimenopause and beyond, you layer on other relevant hormones as well. So estrogen falls and insulin resistance gets worse. You lose estrogen's calming effect on your stress system. So cortisol, your main stress hormone, starts to creep up. And chronic undereating plus training hard with what's typically inadequate recovery pushes cortisol up even more. High cortisol makes your body hold onto water and fat, especially around the middle. This is the perfect storm. Your calories out goes down, your hormones are working against you, and the number on the scale just stays put. So let's go back to their argument. You're just not counting your calories right. Yes, sometimes people do track inaccurately. That is definitely the case. But I have worked with women who are scrupulously honest and accurate in their tracking. Women who come to me eating as little as 1,200 calories or even less, strength training regularly, staying active, and they're still not losing weight. And when you tell that woman that the only possible explanation is that she's counting wrong and lying to herself, that is not coaching, that is gaslighting. And you are taking someone who's doing everything right and convincing her that something is wrong with her. when the real issue is hormones, cortisol, and a metabolism that has adapted to years of eating too little. So if that sounds like you and you have honestly tried CICO and it's not working, especially if you're postmenopausal or you have a long history of dieting, please hear me. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not a failure. You were just only given part of the story. So what actually works for these women? Almost always, it's actually the opposite of what you would expect. Instead of eating less and less and less, you usually need to eat more, closer to maintenance, to bring the stress hormones down and wake your metabolism back up. And then you build the body around 4 things. Protein needs to be dialed in at every meal, strength training with progressive overload, slowly getting stronger over time, which is how you build the muscle that drives your metabolism. Smart conditioning, like some high-intensity interval training without overdoing it. And 4, the one almost everyone ignores, is sleep and recovery, because that is where the cortisol really comes down. So this is not a quick fix. But for the women that CICO just doesn't work for, this is what actually moves the needle and helps those women feel like themselves again and finally shed that weight. CICO is the right tool for a lot of people, but it is not the whole story for everyone. And pretending that it is hurts the women who actually really need help the most. So if you know a woman who has been told she just needs to eat less, or that she's just tracking wrong, please send her this. It might be the thing that finally takes the blame off her shoulders. I'm Dr. Rachel Felber, ER doctor and women's health and strength coach. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.